Hello friends, I am MD Harun Al-Rashid and it's my YouTube channel Harun Y Zone. Today in this video I will discuss about 50 very important biological MCQ question and explain from basic. Okay, these questions are very important for different exams like NEET, wbssc, slst, csir, CET, GATE and others biology based exams. So don't be late, let's start. The question number 1 says, which of the following is the basic characteristics of living organisms? Ability to move, ability to reproduce, ability to eat, and ability to breathe. The basic characteristics of the living organism is ability to breathe. After breathe, suppose in the presence of after breathe, they produce energy, then after eat, after breathe, they eat, then oxidation reaction occur, then energy is produced, then move and reproduce. Okay. For the basic characteristics of the living organism is ability to breathe. Question number 2. Which of the following branches of science is concerned with the study of relationship of plant to their environment? The correct option of this question is ecology. Ecology represents the interaction between the study of the interaction between biotic and abiotic factors. Okay. So what is cytology? Cytology means study of cell. Morphology means the studies the organism's shape and structure is called morphology, and physiology is the function of organism's different part is called physiology. Next question is 3. Man has become the dominant species in the biosphere. Why man has become dominant species? Because they have tool making capacity. They have ingenious brain power, articulated speech language. So, correct option is all the above mentioned qualities. Next question. In human body, the cell growth and differentiation are highly controlled and regulated. But in cancer cell, this highly controlled and regulated by different genes like p53 genes, retinoblastoma gene, anaphase promoting complex, mitotic promoting factor, metaphase promoting factor, etc. These and epidermal growth factor, These factors regulate the cell development of cell in cell cycle. But when that is, and in each organisms has proto-oncogene in their body. It is an inactive form of oncogenes. When the carcinogen is present, carcinogen means cancer causing agent. This carcinogen inactivate this regulatory factor and proto-oncogene convert into oncogene. Then cause cancer. So difference between cancer cell and normal cell is in normal cell cytoplasm is large, but in cancer cell cytoplasm is small due to rapid cell division. Single nucleus present, multiple nuclei present, single nucleus large present, multiple and large nuclei present, fine chromatin, coarse chromatins are present. So when the cancer cell develop, because there is a breakdown of this regulatory mechanism leading to the formation of benign and malignant tumor. Option A is the correct option. Question number 5 says movement due to lights are shown by flowering plants, lower plants, all land plants and all the plants. Correct option of this question is flowering plant. Movement due to light. are also seen by fungus, fungi and some algae. Okay. And on the basis of movement by light is two types. There is movement by light is called phototropism. But movement due to the intensity of light by light called photonasty. Question number 6 says most viruses that infect plant. The most of the plant viruses are single-stranded DNA, single-stranded RNA, double-stranded DNA and RNA, double-stranded RNA only. The most of the plant virus represents the single-stranded RNA. Say for example TMV, tobacco mosaic virus, potato virus X, potato virus X and Y. Some other plant virus, also single-stranded DNA plant virus, example Gemini virus. Example of Gemini virus is Gemini virus. Suppose tomato yellow leaf curl virus. Tomato yellow leaf curl virus. That is TYLC. Okay, and African cassava mosaic virus. African cassava mosaic virus. Clear? Double-stranded DNA or RNA and double-stranded RNA virus. Double-stranded RNA virus, for example, double-stranded RNA virus, phytorrheovirus. Like wound tumor virus. Okay, and double-stranded DNA virus, all are plant virus. Double-stranded DNA virus, this question is very important for different exams. Double-stranded DNA virus is cauliflower mosaic virus. CMV, cauliflower mosaic virus, CMV. So most viruses that infect plant possess single-stranded RNA virus like TMP virus, potato virus X and Y. And also other type of virus are present in plant, that is single-stranded DNA virus like Gemini virus. Say for example tomato yellow leaf curl virus and African cassava mosaic virus. Double-stranded DNA virus like cauliflower mosaic virus CMV and double-stranded RNA only phytorrheovirus like wound tumor virus. Question number 7. Outer covering of virus made up of protein. Outer covering means the capsid. This region is made by capsid. Okay, outer layer is called capsid and the unit of this capsid is called capsomere. So outer covering of virus made by protein capsid. Okay, protein capsid, made by protein capsid. Or quote, when the lipid layer present around the capsid is called lipovirus. And this is quote protein and also called peplomere. And unit of the lipid is called peplomere. And capsid and unit of capsid is called capsomere. What is virion? Virion is an infectious part of the virus. Infectious part of the virus is called virion. What is viroid? Viroid is a single-stranded RNA without protein coat, without capsid. The virus that contains single-stranded RNA without capsid, without protein coat, that is called viroid. Next question, the virus that infects bacterium is called bacteriophage virus. The virus that infects bacteria is called bacteriophage. Next question, lichen is considered to be symbiotic association of two living organisms. Which organisms are involved in it? The lichen is made by phycobiont and mycobiont. The phycobiont part is called algae and the mycobiont part is called the fungi. Fungi absorb minerals from environment and algae produce food in the presence of chlorophyll. Fungi is master and algae is labor. Master labor relationship. Correct option is algae and fungi. Question number 10 says algae often float on surface of water during the day but sink down during the night. Why? Because evolution and trapping of oxygen bubble during the day in their photosynthesis. Become light as they consume most of their food in the night. Warming action of sun during the day release absorb air by warming water. The algae float on the surface of water during the day because their evolution and trapping oxygen bubbles during the day in their photosynthesis. A is the correct option because the microscopic algae produce 80% of total earth oxygen. 80% of total earth oxygen. So for this oxygen synthesis or photosynthesis they require light. That's why they float on the surface of water to get more sunlight. Question number 11 says cell cycle consists of mitosis and meiosis, G1 the S phase and G2 phase, prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, interphase and mitosis. The correct option is interphase because interphase is the phase of cell growth, and mitosis is the phase of division. You can see this diagram. This is the M phase, mitotic phase, but before this G1S and G2 phase accurately called interphase, where the cells become cytoplasm and nucleus ratio become increase or volume of the cytoplasm increase. Gene control. What is gene? Gene is a small nucleotide sequence. A small nucleotide sequence near about 1000 base pair long. Okay, that represent a particular protein or polypeptide or enzyme. That is called gene. The gene is a protein synthesis but not heredity. Protein synthesis and heredity but not protein synthesis. But biochemical reaction of sub-enzymes. The correct option of this question is protein synthesis and also heredity, means transfer from one generation to next generation. Next question, gene is. What is gene? Gene is a segment of DNA or functional RNA. A segment of DNA and histone. A segment of DNA, RNA and histone. The correct option of this question is a segment of DNA that is near about 1000 base pair long and represent a particular information about a particular protein, polypeptide or enzymes. Next question. Question number 14 says, bacteria having flagella all over the body are called. On the basis of flagella, bacteria is divided into atrichus, monotrichus, amphitrichus, lophotrichus and peritrichus. Atrichus means where there is no flagella present in bacteria. Example, Xylella. Monotrichus means only one flagella is present in bacteria. The example, Vibrio cholerae. Amphitrichus, bunch of flagella present in both sides of the bacteria. That is called lophotrichus. Lophotrichus, example, amphitrichus means two flagella present in two sides of the bacteria. Example, Alcaligens faecalis. And lophotrichus means bunch of flagella present in both sides of the bacteria. That is Spirillum. And peritrichus means flagella present all over the body of the bacteria. That is called peritrichus. So, bacteria having flagella all over the bodies are called, that is, peritrichus. Peritrichus means all over the body. Bacterial flagella present all over the body. Question number 16 says, of the following taxonomic categories, which is the most inclusive, the highest in hierarchy? Hierarchy means arrangement of a taxon. That is, first kingdom, phylum for animal, and division for plant, phylum or division, that is class, order, family, genus and species. Each part is called taxon. Each hierarchy to a part of the hierarchy, taxonomic hierarchy is called taxon. Each is taxon. The largest division and the largest, smallest or individual level of hierarchy or taxon. So the following taxonomic category, which is the most inclusive, the highest in hierarchy. The highest in hierarchy is class. You can see here, class is the hierarchy. So highest hierarchy. Question number 15 says, genetics is the branch of science that deals with the study of relation between plants and environment, inheritance and variation, cell culture and thermal structure. That is inheritance and variation. Inheritance and variation. The question says, question number 17 says, inflorescence. What is inflorescence? Inflorescence means when the bunch of flower arranged on a floral axis, that is called inflorescence. The inflorescence is a group of flowers, occurrence of flowers, arrangement of flowers on the floral axis. Option number D is the correct. Arrangement of flowers on the floral axis. Here, this is the floral axis and the flowers arranged around the floral axis. There are two types of optional inflorescence, that is racemose inflorescence and cymose inflorescence. In case of racemose inflorescence, the tip portion of the floral axis do not bear any flower, but in case of cymose inflorescence, the tip portion bear a flower. So, in case of racemose inflorescence, the young flowers should grow at the top and young flower and old flower grow at the base. So, this type of growth is called acropetal order. But in case of cymose inflorescence, the old flower grow at the top and young flower at the base. So, this type of growth is called basipetal growth. Question number 18 says, high surface area to volume ratio in a cell is important because it enables efficient transfer of waste, nutrients and gases across the cell membrane, prevents overproduction of cell proteins due to structural limitation, allow many antigens on the surface for identification of self and non-self, provides for better structural support to cope with the external physical pressure. Surface area Surface area means height, weight, size, and number of boxes. This is one cell, this is another cell. Okay, the size is same, but surface area is different. Okay, so this is a cell, this is a cell, and this is another cell. The size of this cell are both same, but due to this structure, the surface area of the cell is better or bigger. The surface area help increase the surface area means increase the efficient transfer of waste, nutrient, and gases across the cell membrane. If surface area is decreased or surface area is low, the efficient transfer of waste, nutrient, and gases does not occur. That means the cell become die or metabolically inactive. So correct option of this question is A. 19 number question says the type of relationship in which one organism is benefited while there is no effect on others. Such type of relationship is called commensalism. In case of commensalism, one organism is benefited but another organism does not harm or benefited, like suckerfish and sharks. So what do you mean? Symbiosis where two organisms are present and both are benefited, that there is positive plus positive. They like lichen mycorrhiza. Mutualism means where mutualism is one type of symbiosis, so mutualism of both organisms are benefited. Parasitism, one organism is benefited and another organism is harmed, like ascaris and tapeworm in human digestive system. Predation means one organism benefited, another organism harmed, lion predator on deers. Amensalism, where one organism do not harm or benefited and another organism are harmed, cat and rat. Next question number 20. The basic structure of cell membrane is a lipid bilayer that serves as a barrier to water-soluble molecules. Diffuse alter structure for internal and external membrane of cells. It best described as a lipid dispersed within a protein bilayer is visualized as a bilaminar structure with transmission electron microscopy. At first, we understand the chemical structure of the cell membrane. Cell membrane is made by phospholipid bilayer. And the phospholipid, see if you see single phospholipid, you can see here the phosphate group present at the head portion, that is polar portion, and the long hydrocarbon chain at the tail portion. That means the head portion is polar and tail portion is lipid. So it is a barrier of hydrophilic molecules. But in case of hydrophilic molecule, they can easily transfer to any part of the membrane, but in case of hydrophilic molecule, that this is transferred through the channel protein, because the lipid is barrier for hydrophilic molecules. The correct option of this question is option number A, is a lipid bilayer that serves as barrier to water soluble molecules. Question number 21 says cell recognition and adhesion occur due to the biochemical of cell membranes named proteins, and lipid, glycoprotein and glycolipid. The cell recognition occur by glycoprotein and synthetic glycolipid, and this is glycolipid. That is, glucose bind with proteins, channel protein, or glucose binds with lipid. That is D as the correct option. Question number 22 says polynucleotide chains of DNA contains a nitrogen-based deoxyribose sugar and phosphate group. At first, you understand that what is nucleotide. Nucleotide nucleotide is contain phosphate group, deoxyribose sugar and nitrogen base. Okay, the nitrogen base attached to the deoxyribose sugar by glycosidic bond, 1 number carbon of ribose sugar and 9 number carbon of nitrogen of Purine is attached by glycosidic bond, whereas it is the structure of nucleotide. When such type of nucleotide joined by phosphodiester bond with the help of the enzyme ligase, this is called polynucleotide. Poly means many, nucleotide means arrangement of nucleotide. So polynucleotide is nitrogen base, deoxyribonucleic sugar and phosphate group. A is the correct option. Question number 23 says endocytosis is a process whereby a cell digests itself, engulf and internalize material using its membrane, identifies other cells within its immediate enable the extracellular digestion of large molecules. 23 number question. The correct option of this question is option number B. Engulf means engulf means endocytosis. Endocytosis again two types, that is if solid material endocyte that is called phagocytosis, if liquid material endocyte that is called pinocytosis. In case of liquid material indigestion, this is called pinocytosis, and when solid material endocyte that is called phagocytosis. Here, and inside the cell, with the help of lysozyme, the extracellular molecule digested and then by the process of exocytosis, the residual part or digestive part are removed from the cell. 24 number question. AIDS is caused by the human immunodeficiency virus. The transmission of HIV infection generally occurs through eating contaminated food and water, transfusion of contaminated blood and blood-producing products, inhaling polluted air, shaking hand with the infected person. Right option is transfusion of contaminated blood and blood products. Number 1. Number 2, sexual contact. Number 3, serum contact. Number 4, mother to fetus. Number 5, syringe. Question number 25 says the RNA molecules form a single strand of ribonucleotide of adenine, guanine, cytosine, uracil, adenine, guanine, cytosine, adenine, guanine, none of the above. Correct option is adenine, guanine, cytosine, uracil. In case of DNA, the place of uracil, thymine is present. Next question, cleavage. Cleavage division differ from the normal mitotic division is that there is no nuclear division during the cleavage, there is no division of cytoplasm during cleavage, the division of cytoplasm followed nuclear division, there is no period of growth in between division. The correct option of this question is there is no period of growth in between division, because in case of cleavage there is no intermediate phase or G1, S and G2 occurs. Here the cell nucleus directly divide. The cell size do not increase in this cleavage process. What is the difference between cleavage and normal mitosis? Site of occurrence. Cleavage occur only in zygote or parthenogenetic eggs, but normal mitosis occur in all type of somatic cell. Interphase. Interphase very short period, very short in case of cleavage by zygotic cell, but in case of normal mitosis cell, the interphase contains G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase. Number 3, growth does not occur like G1 and G2 phase. G1 and G2 phase is the growth 1 and growth 2 phase, okay, by which the cell become cell size or growth is occur. But in case of cleavage, the G1 and G2 or interphase is absent, so the growth does not occur. But in case of mitosis, the growth occur. Okay. Oxygen consumption high Add is very rapid process. Cleavage is a very rapid process. Low and slow process. Size of the daughter cell decrease. Size of the daughter cell, this is daughter cell decrease. But in case of mitosis, cell division, cell size remains same. DNA synthesis is faster and normal mitosis slower. Nuclear cytoplasmic ratio increase, but even nuclear cytoplasmic ratio remains same. Question number 27 says, what is the most likely explanation for the observation that two individuals originate from the same clones look different? Clone same, but look different. This is due to the heterozygosity. That is D is the correct option. A ligament is a fibrous tissue that joins the muscle to bone, a type of amorphous gel that cement non-movable joints together, a type of fibrous connective tissue that joins bone together at joint, only formed to repair damaged and muscle tissue. Right option is C. See the picture. This is the tendon. Tendon means when bone attached to muscle. That is joint between bone and muscle, that is called tendon. But joint between two bones is called ligament. Question number 29 says, which statement is true of a ribosomal RNA called soluble RNA, named by Jacob and Monod the smallest molecule of RNA? They form 80% of total RNA. Here the correct option is they form 80% of total mRNA, the smallest molecule of RNA, and they are called soluble RNA. Here, there are different type of ribosomal RNAs present in cells. In eukaryotic cell, there are 16S and 20S in small subunit, but large cell content 18S, 23S, 5S ribosomal RNA. In case of eukaryotic, the 18S ribosome present in the small segment of the ribosome, and 28S, 5.8S and 5S ribosome are present in the large subunit. Question number option is they form 80% of total RNA. Question number 30 says, edible part of cauliflower. Edible part of cauliflower is inflorescence. In case of cabbage, it is bud. In case of cabbage, it is vegetative bud. But in case of cauliflower, that is inflorescence. Bud is cabbage. An edible part of mango and coconut. In case of mango, the mesocarp is edible part, but in case of coconut, the endocarp is the edible part. That is mesocarp and endocarp. 32 number question. What is tissue culture? Tissue culture is a technique by which a small fragment of cell convert into a large cell into a plant, but through it by culture medium in a controlled condition. That is called tissue culture. Tissue culture is preparation of fragments of cell of an organism for biochemical examination. A is the correct option. Ginger and sweet potato are homologous, stem and roots respectively analog. Homologous means the organism had same ancestor, but due to presence in different environment, they show different characters, like whale and mammals. Oh, sorry, human. Both are mammals. But due to presence of different environment, it is aquatic and terrestrial, different phenotypic characters. That is called homologous organ. And homologous organ says divergent evolution. Homologous organ says divergent type of evolution. But in case of analogous organ, the ancestors are different, but same environment, they look like same, have same characteristics. Like Like here, ginger and sweet potato. So ginger from gingividaceae and sweet potato from solanaceae. So their ancestors are different, but due to preparing under the soil, they show same type of characteristics. That is called analogous organ. Analogous organ shows convergent evolution, convergent type of evolution. So third option is D. Question number 34 says, a healthy freshwater fish is placed in salt water. The expected consequence of this would that in case of freshwater, that is low salt concentration, but in case of salt water, there is high salt concentration. Okay, high salt concentration means that is a hypertonic solution. Okay, but in case low salt means hypotonic solution. And water move from hyper to hypertonic solution always. If the freshwater fish is transferred from sweetwater to saltwater to sweetwater, then sweetwater is a hypotonic solution, so water enters into the fish and fish become dry. But if we saw a freshwater fish is transferred to saltwater, the salt is a hypertonic solution, the water moves out from the fish to the surrounding medium. The fish become dehydrated and die. Right option is A. Next question. Monocot and root differ from dicot root in having open vascular bundle, scattered vascular bundle, well developed teeth, and radially arranged vascular bundle. The correct option of this question is open vascular bundle. Monocot root differ from dicot root. This is not. Scattered vascular bundle, well developed teeth, and radially arranged vascular bundles. The correct option is scattered vascular bundles. Here, in case of monocot root, the vascular bundles are polyarch, means more than 6 vascular bundles are present here. In case of dicot, only 2 to 6, not more than 6. Cambium. In case of monocot, the cambium does not present in between xylem and phloem and xylem. No cambium. That is called closed vascular bundle. But in case of dicot root, the vascular between the phloem and xylem, the vascular cambium is present. So it is called open vascular bundle. Teeth. In case of monocot root, teeth is poorly developed, but in case of dicot, teeth is properly developed. Activity of pericycle give rise to secondary root and quad cambium give rise to lateral roots only in case of dicot root. Question number 36 says, phenomenon which converts light energy into chemical energy, that is photosynthesis. And by respiration, this chemical energy converts into heat energy. Question number 37 says, main substance involved in transfer of electron in photosynthesis is called cytochrome. Cytochrome is the electron carrier. Look, this is a jet stream pathway of photosynthesis in where the electron produced by photolysis of water and the electron is transferred by cytochrome B6 complex. Cytochrome B6F complex, that is iron containing electron transfer, electron carrier. And phytochrome is a photoreceptor. Phytochrome is on type of photoreceptor that convert red light into far red light and take part in the germination, detiolation, inhibition of stem and petioles elongation, chloroplast development, chlorophyll biosynthesis, leaf expansion, branching, flowering, and senescence process. Question number 38 says, ductless glands are known as. This is ductless gland. This is called endocrine gland. Several endocrine gland. Okay. The endocrine glands are example of endocrine gland: pituitary gland, pituitary, thyroid, parathyroid, adrenaline, sexual gland, sex gland, etc. And exocrine glands, the gland that is duct is present. Example for salivary, sweat gland. Some glands are mixed gland that shows the both exocrine and endocrine effect. That is mixed gland. Mixed gland example is pancreas is a example of mixed gland. Testis is a mixed gland. Question number 39 says, consider the following statement. Consider the following statement. Entomology is a study of insects, right? Mycology is study of algae, not algae. It is a fungi. This is fungi. Pedology is study of soils. Pharmacology is study of medicine and their effect. The correct option of this question correctly match 1, 3 and 4. 1, 3 and 4. Question number 14 says, which of the following cell organelles are not found in bacterial cell? In case of bacterial cell, only ribosome is present. Only ribosome, that is 70th type of ribosome is present, and inclusion body, some plasmid and mesosome is present, but no membrane bounded cell organelles are present. So only ribosome is present, but not found glyoxysome, lysosome and mitochondria. 3 type of cell organelles are absent. 1, 2 and 3. Question number 41. Consider the following statement and select the correct answer from the quotes given below. Viruses are obligate parasites and cannot be cultured on a synthetic medium, right? The red snow phenomenon observed in some alpine and arctic region caused by lichen growing in this region. This is false because it is produced by red algae like sanguinea, nivaloids, and Chlamydomonas nivalis. The red rust, this is the correct option. The red rust of tea is caused by green algae Cephalourus parasiticus. This is correct option. A solution of chlorophyll pigment looks red in infected light due to the phenomenon of diffraction. This is right. 1, 2 and 4. 1, 3 and 4 is the correct option. So the option of this question is D. 1 and 3. 1 and 3 is the correct option. Next question 42. The phlegm that accumulate in the bronchi and clear during coughing. Phlegm is a one type of mucus that is come out from the lungs as a cough. Stratified squamous epithelium, stratified columnar epithelium, simple columnar ciliate epithelium, pseudo-stratified columnar epithelium. This stratified tissue looks like it present in different layer, but it is not different layer, it is single layer. This is called stratified. Option A is the correct option. Question number 43 says, the cells that are directly concerned with phagocytosis of foreign bodies in the reticuloendothelial systems are reticular cell, monocyte cell, eosinophil basophil cell and macrophage cell. This is called This is called macrophage cell. There are different type of macrophage cells present in the cell. Like in case of liver, in case of liver, there is Kupffer cell, Kupffer cells. In case of lungs, alveolar cell. In case of central nervous system, that is microglial cell, microglial cell. In case of skin and mucosa, that is Langerhans cells. These macrophage cells are produced from monocyte cell. Okay, phagocytic cell. They phagocytosis with the help of lysosome. Question number 44. Consider the following statement. Normal diet should contain 70 grams of fats. Fatty acids should be a part of human diet. The cells of the human body cannot synthesize fatty acid. Deficiency disease developed due to the absence of unsaturated fatty acid called essential fatty acid. There are two types of fatty acid in our body, that is essential fatty acid, essential and non-essential. Essential fatty acid. Essential fatty acid do not produce in our body, so take it from outside, but produce in our body. Omega 3 fatty acid, omega 3 fatty acid, omega 3 like linoleic acid, and omega 6 fatty acid like linolenic acid, and non-essential fatty acid like arachidonic acid, palmitic acid, stearic, oleic acid, etc. The normal diet should contain 75 grams of fats. Normal diet contains 35% of fat. If you require 2100 kilocalorie of energy, then 35% of 2100, that means 2100 that is 75 gram, right? Fatty acid should be a part of human diet, also right. The cells of human body cannot synthesize any fatty acid, not any, only essential fatty acid. This is a false. Deficiency disease developed due to absence of unsaturated fatty acid called essential fatty acid, right? And the result of this from the deficiency is skin irritation, skin dryness, hair fall, etc. Which of the following statements are correct? Here 1, 2 and 4 are correct. D is the correct option. Question number 45 says, exposure to sunshine and diet rich fish liver oil, oatmeals and sweet products will not the cause deficiency disease like osteomalacia, osteoporosis, because sunshine or fish liver oil, oatmeals or sweet potato are the source of vitamin D. The vitamin D is required for bone formation. If the deficiency of vitamin D occurs, then in case of newborn baby, that is rickets, and adult people, osteomalacia occur. So, right option is 1, 2 and 3. This is a normal bone, but here the osteomalacia or rickets bone, where the calcium or phosphate deposition is decreased or less dense bone cells are present. During the quiet inspiration, the air that remain occupying the mouth, pharynx, trachea and passage, up to terminal bronchial forms the anatomical dead space. What is the dead space? Dead space is actually a fraction of tidal volume. Tidal volume means normal amount of air that we take and exhale in each breath. That is 500 ml of air. The fraction of tidal volume which does not take part in the gaseous exchange. Normal minimum amount of light that normally present in our respiratory tract that do not take part in respiration. Okay, or inhale or exhale breathing. That is called dead space. Okay, dead space, amount of air, amount of gases present in our respiratory tract that does not take part in respiration is called anatomical dead space. Is called dead space. Dead space. So dead space is total when the air or gases present in mouth, pharynx, trachea, and passage of terminal bronchial is called anatomical dead space. And when these gases present in the alveolar portion, that is called alveolar dead space. Alveolar dead space. And this alveolar dead space and anatomical dead space produce the physiological dead space. Here, physiological dead space is anatomical and alveolar dead space. Anatomical dead space means the gases present in mouth, pharynx, trachea, and passages to bronchial. But bronchial means up to this. But when the gas is present in the last portion, the alveolar portion, that is called alveolar dead space. Both the anatomical dead space and alveolar dead space represent the physiological dead space. And this is the total volume of exhaled gas, that is 500 ml. That is called tidal volume. This is a normal breathing rate for inspiration or expiration. 47 number question says, upon the entry of carbon dioxide in the red blood cell, or from in the this is the cell where respiration occurs. After respiration, the CO2 is produced, then CO2 enters into the RBC. Okay. H plus ions are formed at a very rapid rate. When CO2 react with H2 and produce H2CO3 and H2CO3 and break down to HCO3 minus and H plus is formed. And yet the blood does not turn acidic. Although large amount of H plus produced in RBC, but RBC do not become acidic. Why? Because H plus ion are rapidly exchanged to the expense of HCO3 minus ion. H plus ion are rapidly removed, excreted in the urine. Or H plus ions are buffered by protein, hemoglobin and plasma, and H plus ions are diffused, buffered by proteins, hemoglobins and protein and phosphate of the plasma. So here the HCO3 minus H plus produce HCO3 minus, it shows the chloride shift. That means chloride enter, HCO3 minus removed. But H plus ion, this H plus ion will exchange with Na plus sodium, and this H plus ion come on, and another form is H plus ion attached with the hemoglobin, oxyhemoglobin oxygen compound, and release the oxygen from hemoglobin to the tissue level. Okay, the H plus ion are buffered by protein, hemoglobin and plasma, so RBC do not become acidic. Question 48. The wall of the left ventricle is much thicker than that of right ventricle because it accommodates more blood. It receives oxygenated blood with tremendous forces from various parts of the body. It pumps oxygenated blood with tremendous force to various parts of the body. It is engineered to carry blood with high quantum of oxygen nutrient. correct option is C. It pumps oxygenated blood with tremendous forces to various parts of the body. That is this one. It's thick and this is thin because from whole part of the body, the deoxygenated blood comes into the right atrium, then right ventricle. Okay, and here from right ventricle, the air, the blood is pumped into the lungs. Okay, but in case of left ventricle, the oxygenated blood transfer whole the body of the organism. So more force required for more force, the wall is become thick and sometimes curved in the structure of heart in this region. 49th question says, consider the following statement. In resting neurons, there is different electrical charges on either side of the surface membrane called potential difference. Potential difference. This is the right option because this is the resting potential of the neuron, where outside of the neurolemma or neural membrane, the positive charge is Na plus, and inside of the neurolemma, negative charge due to the presence of different type of negative charge protein and calcium and potassium ions are present. Okay. This difference charge is called potential difference. It is due to unequal distribution of K plus ion, N plus ion on either side of its membrane. Definitely unequal distribution. Why action potential when formed? The Na plus come inside and K plus come outside. So unequal distribution of the Na plus and K plus ion occur during action potential or depolarized state. The Na plus concentration inside the cell is about 28 to 30 times more than it outside. No, Na plus concentration of Na plus is more in outer side than inner side. The K plus ion concentration is about 40 times outside than inside. Not K plus ion is higher in inside than outside. The correct option of this question is 1 and B, 1 and 2. Question number 50 or last question is, consider the following statements. Even when a nerve cell is not conducting an impulse, it is actively transporting K plus, Na plus ions in and out respectively against their concentration gradient at the expense of energy by Na plus, K plus, ATPH pump. This is the right option. As a consequence of the operation of the N plus K plus pump, Na potassium pump, there is a concentration gradient for N plus and K plus ion, right? As a result, K plus diffuse out of the cell and N plus ions inside the cell, right? Eventually, there is a difference in charge on either side of the membrane, positive inside and not positive outside and negative inside. So, correct option is 1, 2 and 3. So which of the following statement is untrue? Not true option is only 4. So, correct option is D, 4. I think these questions are very helpful for you. So if you like it, please share and subscribe, like and subscribe and share to your friends. And if you have any questions or any problem, then comment me on comment box. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you.